Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your self-love journey reading for the month of March. I am Christine, your mind and body empowerment coach. I hope that this video finds you all well. So, Virgos, you have the card of communication. Check it out. Very powerful image here. So, Virgos, this message can go a few different ways. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't, all right? This could be around communication with somebody, a person, or people in your physical reality, or this could be around communication with the spiritual world. So take it how it resonates, okay? Now, either way it goes here, there's some sort of disconnect in the lines of communication with you and others, or you and the spiritual world. Now, what I mean by that is, Virgos, have you been totally honest with yourself in the recent past? Have you been communicating with those around you from a place of love and integrity and honesty and truth? Have you really and truly been, quote unquote, speaking your truth, okay? With this card, the message is that perhaps you've been feeling very misunderstood, unheard, okay? Maybe you feel like you and the people around you are just not communicating right. You're not seeing eye to eye. Perhaps, your conversations are leading to a lot of arguments. They're kind of just headed nowhere fast, right? And a lot of times this happens because, well, it could happen for a couple of reasons, but one of the reasons might be that, if you're not communicating from a place of love, it could come off a little aggressive, a little harsh, a little brash, and therefore the other person is most likely going to respond in kind. A little harsh, a little brash, a little aggressive, and therefore the egos meet together and they fight and they battle and nothing, good really comes out of it, okay? And you have to think too, if you aren't feeling heard and seen and totally understood, chances are the other person is feeling the same way. So good communication starts with good listening, right? So really make sure you're being honest with yourself and you're being honest with those around you. Because when you're being honest with you and everybody else, there's really no reason to act defensive and argumentative, okay? Because I'm speaking from my heart. So I can say this calmly, consciously, and they're gonna hear me. They're gonna hear me on some level. Even if it's not to my face, they're gonna hear me in their soul. And maybe somewhere down the road, it's gonna click, they're gonna get it, and we can mend things, we can find a solution. If it's not meant to be right now, I'm okay with that because I'm honoring me, I'm acting with integrity. I know my worth and value, and I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. So I'm going to speak from my heart. I'm going to speak the truth. If the person on the receiving end doesn't pick up what I'm putting down, then it wasn't meant to be. And perhaps they're not meant to be on my path moving forward, and that's okay. If they are meant to be in my path in the future, they will come back around. That's how that works, right? And if this is around the spiritual world, Spirit, again, is asking for you to really be honest with yourself. Are you communicating to the spiritual world? Are you, is what you're asking for what you really and truly desire? There seems to be some mixed signals going on here. And guess what? The spiritual world can get confused. If you feel one thing inside, but you're asking for something on the outside, they're going to be like, well, what the heck do you want? I don't really know what to bring to you because I'm totally confused right now. So be honest. Because that could be why you're feeling like you're not getting your signs that you're seeking, you're looking for, because the universe might be a little confused in terms of what you really want. So be very, very clear and intentional with what you're putting out into the universe, and be very, very honest with yourself first and foremost. Really ask yourself, what do I want? What is my heart drawing me toward? What do I feel within my soul? That's what you want to call into your reality. And I promise you're going to start to see signs and synchronicities and all of that outside in your reality from the spiritual world trying to deliver to you those answers that you're so desperately seeking. But be open to listening, right? Because that's all about the communication piece right there. Now, I communicated. Oh my goodness. I clarified this card, Virgo, with, I'm going to put these down for a second. The King of Swords, so perfect, and the Seven of Cups, okay? So King of Swords, epitome of communication, right? He is the communication boss right here. Male or female, doesn't matter. The King of Swords is somebody who, he's got his sword of truth, his sword of power right here. He's ready to cut to the chase. He's ready to get to the point. However, he doesn't attack. He doesn't communicate with anger and rage and hate and resentment. He communicates truthfully and honestly. He doesn't beat around the bush. Okay, he doesn't get all wrapped up and overcome in his emotions per se, but he says what he has to say from his heart space, okay? also keeping in mind that, you know, he's connected to his higher self. He's connected to spirit. He knows that he will be able to communicate effectively and truthfully and honestly, so long as he's acting with integrity, and he can just be that channel and just ask spirit to help him work through maybe some difficult conversations that he needs to work through, that he needs to get through, okay? When he's really, again, acting from a place of integrity and honesty and really, you know, connecting to his heart space, all right? But saying what he needs to say, not being afraid to do it, because he knows that's what's going to bring about the best and highest outcome for all involved. And with the Seven of Cups here, this could be, you know, you feeling, like I was kind of describing in the beginning, a little confused, a little bit like, what the heck is going on? Everybody that is around me right now, they're just not getting me. They're not understanding me. I feel like I'm screaming at the top of my lungs and no one can hear me. You know what I mean? What's going on, Spirit? I don't get it. Like, why are these people, you know, are these people really my people? What, you know, this is just a very confused vibe for me. So again, I feel like it's saying, make sure you are being honest with yourself, okay? He is first and foremost honest with himself before he communicates to the outside world, so that he is completely seen and heard exactly as the person, the soul that he truly is, if that makes sense, okay? So make sure you get clear with who you are before you communicate to the outside world, before you communicate to the spiritual world, and I guarantee you, you're going to start to see new options arise. You're going to start to see new possibilities arise for you that maybe you haven't been able to see up until now because you haven't been totally honest with yourself, okay? Like I was saying before, you know, once you communicate, especially to the spiritual world, like, hey, I need some help with this. This is really and truly what I need, what I want, what I desire. Possibilities are going to start rolling through. Solutions are going to start rolling through because they're going to support your true desires, if that makes sense, okay? And finally, this is what your higher self wants you to know, Virgo. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Yes, I love that. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. And with the Seven of Cups here, to me, that's what this is also saying, okay? Yes, you've been feeling a little confused, maybe by the people around you or by the spiritual world. It could go either way. It could go both ways. But somewhere inside you, you know you're ready for a change. You know you're ready for something better, something more aligned with you, who you truly are, okay? Something that's gonna feel better all around, feel better on an emotional, spiritual level, okay? And also this could be too, once you communicate honestly and truthfully with those around you, 100%, if the people or the person on the receiving end still doesn't get it, still isn't hearing you, still is being argumentative right back to, you know, not right back to you, but is still being argumentative with you, okay, then they're just not your people. It's time to distance. It's time to move away from these people or this person because there is something bigger and better that wants to come in. Somebody else or a group of people who are where you're at your level of consciousness at this point on your growth journey, okay? People who are going to respect you and love you unconditionally and who are going to be able to have real, honest, authentic, truthful communication and conversation with you as well, which is what you deserve. Okay, but first it starts with you, Virgo, okay? So, long message here. I hope you found that helpful. Definitely come back in April for your self-love journey reading. Until then, take care. Bye.